Michael is gone. Tupac is gone. Prince is gone. Whitney is gone. Amy Winehouse is gone. David Bowie is gone. But I'm still standing.
Before we get into the video, I just wanted to wish all of my Black viewers a happy Black History Month. If you're not subscribed already, you should hit the subscribe button to support a Black YouTuber. Yeah. One could argue that TV has never been better, and I would definitely agree with that, to an extent. I've been keeping up with award show season, and it's been such a pleasure getting to watch so many shows I've loved over the past year get the recognition it deserves. When it comes to comedy and dramas on TV, I feel like 2022 was such a great year. I mean, we had shows like Severance, Abbott Elementary, White Lotus, The Dropout, The Bear, and my personal favorite show of the year, Under the Banner of Heaven. By the way, I highly recommend all of these, but please check content warnings. TV is starving, but is it really? The other day, I had a conversation with one of my siblings, and I was telling her how it felt like there were no more supernatural teen dramas, or that they were all ending. Having grown up with huge shows like Teen Wolf, The Vampire Diaries, and in the height of the Twilight craze, it felt sort of odd to me that I couldn't think of a show like that. The only major recent one I could think of was Wednesday. It wasn't until later that I remembered shows like First Kill existed and was reminded of the existence of Peacock's Vampire Academy after seeing news of its recent cancellation after season 1. I realized that the supernatural teen dramas of today exist. They're just getting canceled. Shows and teen dramas getting canceled from streaming services is definitely nothing new as of late. A personal favorite of mine, The Wild, got canceled last year, and that hurt to say the least. But after hearing the recent news of the HBO Max Gossip Girl reboot cancellation, I was genuinely shocked at its short run. Teen dramas aren't and have never been the pinnacle of quality television, but when so many are getting canceled this consistently, we have to ask why. Well, maybe we don't have to ask, but I'm an inquisitive person, so I do. For the purposes of this video, I'm using the term teen dramas very loosely. I'm defining a teen drama as a show that primarily focuses on teenagers or college age / early adulthood, not including shows on kids channels such as Nick or Disney. So in the context of this video, shows like Stranger Things and Outer Banks would both be considered teen dramas, although they obviously span more genres than that. This video will also include comparisons of teen dramas of the 2000s and 2010s. I'm straying away from using viewership as a characteristic in my definition of teen dramas, because while I'm aware that large portions of viewership are probably 13 to 18-year-old, I recognize that adults and other people falling outside that age range make up another large component of viewership. I, for one, am in my early 20s, and I love a good teen drama, and I know several people around my age who do as well. Good TV is good TV. One of the main differences in teen dramas today and teen dramas of the past is, well, streaming and the inherent trends that come with it. In the past, before the age of streaming, a typical teen drama like One Tree Hill or Gossip Girl would have seasons which consisted of around 20 to 22 episodes, sometimes even 24, each about 40 or so minutes long. Now, typically a season will be broken into half, so for a standard 20 episode season, we get about 10 episodes, with episode 10 being the mid-season finale, then we get a break, and the season would come back with the remaining 10 or so episodes. However, if you've streamed pretty much any teen drama made in the past few years, you've definitely noticed the number of episodes in a season has shrunk. We've gone from 20 episodes to 8 to 10 to cover an entire season. Before anyone comes for me, I do think this 8 to 10 episode format works for some genres of TV, especially dramatic limited series. When you have a limited series, especially when adapting from a standalone book such as HBO's The Undoing or Hulu's Under the Banner of Heaven, you have a clear start and ending. And with limited series, especially those with hour-long episodes, you have more time than a feature film to explore what you really want to get at. So it makes sense why this format got popularized and is appealing. However, when it comes to teen dramas that are not limited series and aim to have ongoing storylines, I think only having 8 to 10 episodes is a disservice that only few shows in the teen drama genre can make work. With this new format of a teen drama being only 10 episodes long, they now only have half of the number of episodes to achieve in one season what they used to be able to achieve. From what I've seen, present-day teen dramas approach this in one of two ways. Either they simplify the plot of the first season and make it less convoluted due to the lack of time and space, or They do what usually ends up happening and still try to cram the same amount of drama in half the time, which given the few amount of episodes results in terrible pacing. A generalized modern-day 8-episode teen drama usually looks something like this. In episodes 1 through 3, we have setup, meeting characters, things are being mentioned and introduced that will probably be more important later, but you don't really care about them now. If you're lucky, you'll maybe have a dramatic incident happen, but in the grand scheme, things are still relatively calm. Episodes 4 to 5 is usually where the slump happens. Things are sort of getting boring. At this point, the dramatic incident introduced earlier is most likely resolved. You probably still have some minor residual drama and plot, but it still doesn't really make sense. So we either have no idea what's going on, or we don't really have a reason to care yet. In episode 6 and 7, things are finally getting interesting. That one obscure thing that happened in episode 2 is finally making sense. Something's up, wheels are turning, people are sleuthing, like something is off. Finally, in episode 8, the world implodes, leaving you with the most out-of-pocket cliffhangers. More than that, this is usually where the writers will get on Twitter begging us, the viewers, to tweet Netflix or insert whatever streaming service, so they'll get a season 2. Again, this is all generalizing. With this newer format, I feel like it's all about having the most mediocre season, then making the most insane cliffhanger season finale so that audiences will be pissed enough to demand the season 2 and know what happens. And like ending on a cliffhanger isn't anything new. Season finales are supposed to be tumultuous, but without time for a proper build-up throughout the season, it oftentimes ends up falling flat or audiences don't care. Like, tell me why I would care that McKaylee Ann found out her boyfriend's cheating on her with her mom and she got benched from the cheer team. Like, I literally don't even know her last name. Why would I care? Character building and development is crucial to telling any story, but it's especially important in teen dramas. Many teen dramas center coming-of-age storylines such as high school drama, tumultuous home life, realizing you're a supernatural being with powers, all things that normal teens deal with every day. I feel like a pillar of a teen drama is that it's character-driven. And of course, there's a bunch of external and outside drama, but in my personal opinion, what makes or breaks a teen drama especially are the characters. Think about it. When's the last time you watched a teen drama that didn't center some sort of friend group or duo dynamic? Blair and Serena, the Stranger Things kids, Peyton, Brooke and Haley, Elena, Caroline and Bonnie, the Sex Lives of College Girls crew, The Liars, I could go on. Sure, the plot lines are entertaining, but what we love or love to hate about these shows are the unique characters and character dynamics. They're integral to the art that is the teen drama. Characters don't necessarily always have to be likable or even relatable all the time, but they need to make you care. And for me, to actually like and be invested in what's happening to the character, I need to actually know them and spend enough time with them to care. This is something teen dramas of the mid to late 2000s got right. You had 20 plus episodes with the main character and the friend group, and you were able to see them through a variety of scenarios. Did these shows necessarily need 22 episodes? No. Some of them were straight filler, like the Pretty Little Liars Christmas episode where Aria's boyfriend, who also happened to be her high school English teacher at the time, dressed up shirtless alongside his students in Santa costume.
Merry Christmas!
But I digress. Sometimes it was those weird, random filler episodes where you got to see and learn more about the characters. They weren't always under high-stress situations that made you love them and see who they are. You just kind of got to see them live their life, do dumb stuff, and it was refreshing. It makes you cherish moments like those because you know that at any given moment, the writer's room can and will choose to put the characters through the most emotionally violent and jarring storylines with zero remorse. This isn't me saying we need to revert back to 20 episode seasons, although I personally wouldn't be opposed looking at you, Sex Lives of College Girls. This is me saying that a little more time to get to know the characters and further flesh out the plot wouldn't hurt. I'm down for a good 13 to 15 episodes. I feel like that's a happy medium. And again, I know little about what makes a series and what makes TV run, but I can only assume more episodes cost production companies more money. But with a net worth of over $160 billion, I think Netflix and other streaming services can afford to invest more in their creatives and storytellers in order to put out great quality shows. By not only giving us 8 to 10 episode seasons, but then also immediately canceling the shows when they don't perform as anticipated, you're missing out on the potential of a show. If we canceled Teen Wolf after its first 8 episodes with its disturbing CGI and wolves running around on all fours, we wouldn't have gotten the masterpiece that is Season 3B in Void Styles.
You think you have any moves at all? You can kill Leone, but me? I'm 1,000 years old. You can't kill me!
But we can change you!
And if we had canceled Glee during Season 1 for Mr. Shu's existence, we wouldn't have gotten the absolute banger of a cover that is Smooth Criminal by the great late Naya Rivera and Grant Gustin in Season 3.
Get the bloodstains on the carpet.
current example that comes to mind of missed potential is Netflix's First Kill. For those who don't know, First Kill was a sapphic teen drama sort of Romeo and Juliet vibes between a vampire and a vampire hunter. Honestly, the only reason I even watched the show in the first place was for dark-skinned black girl. That's just me personally, and truthfully, getting through it was rocky at first. Like, the first season was okay at first in the beginning, the CGI was atrocious, but what kept me going was the representation, the insane characters, and ultimately the overall potential I saw in it. The cancellation of this show after its first season sucked. You could just tell if they had even another season and a bigger budget, I really believe the success would have been there because there was already an active and steadily growing fan base. And this is just one example of the many I could make. When looking at popular teen dramas that have been cancelled fairly recently, there's sort of a trend. For example, almost every main teen character in the Gossip Girl reboot is a person of color or someone of a marginalized identity, and then Obi and Audrey are also there. And that's a common trend among other cancelled shows like The Wilds, Vampire Academy, Generation, and more. Before some of y'all start, I'm not saying these streaming services or the people who are making the decisions about what shows to renew and cancel are racist or are doing this on purpose. That is not what I'm saying. I'm just saying there's a trend. I've noticed it. On one hand, you could argue that TV shows today are just innately more diverse than they were back then in terms of representation, but there's also a point to be made about degrees of representation. These shows that I've just listed not only have representation in terms of hiring people of color and those of marginalized identities, which in my opinion is the bare minimum, but that's besides the point. They actively center plotlines about sexuality, racism, discrimination, privilege, etc. in their storylines in some way or another. Some do it way better than others, but it's a start. And at the end of the day, the stories we choose to invest in and the stories we stop says a lot. As an avid reader and basically lifelong Percy Jackson fan, I'm personally extremely excited for the new series coming to Disney+. I think it's a great example of a company investing and supporting a series by not only including the original writer in the creation of the series, diversifying the cast, as well as also giving the show what looks like a decent budget just from the previews. Obviously, not everyone has Disney money or built-in fandom, but I still think it's something to look at and possibly strive towards in terms of production companies supporting their creatives. It hasn't come out yet, but I have a feeling it's going to be a hit. In conclusion, I just think we need to invest in writers and the storytelling of the actual show and actors, because I believe by investing in strong, talented, diverse writers who write strong, unique, and diverse characters, a good story will always shine through. Plus, giving them more episodes to work with wouldn't hurt either. And instead of canceling a show for not automatically doing numbers, we need to see it for their potential, what they could be. Not everything's gonna be an instant hit like Euphoria, Wednesday, or Stranger Things. And that's okay, because some things take time. Those are just my thoughts that I have been thinking about a lot and I just wanted to share. Again, I don't really have a solution to this. I kind of just wanted to have and start a conversation. I'm really interested in hearing y'all's thoughts in the comments. I hope to see you guys soon, and yeah, love you guys. Bye.